How about a round of applause for that? Great job to the team putting that together. Good morning, Jefferson County. My name is Don Davis, and I'm the county manager, and I have the honor and privilege of serving you, the citizens of Jefferson County, the Board of County Commissioners, and most importantly, I get the privilege and honor to lead over 3,000 employees that are great patriots, great Americans, and who serve their country and their community with distinction. If you're an employee of Jefferson County, would you please stand? Come on, don't be bashful. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the men and women of Jefferson County who are dedicated to serving you and have accomplished many great things this past year. As Casey mentioned earlier, we recently organized our services along 3 distinct lines of effort: stewardship, health and well-being, and safety, to coincide with our mission statement. In many ways, we've always been operating this way, but this is the first year that we're organizing our efforts in this manner. We're doing this to ensure that Jefferson County is a high-performance county that seeks success through fewer silos by being innovative. Our Jefferson County 2050 strategic initiative will be focused on moving us from being reactional, cooperative, and transactional to being proactive, collaborative, and relational. In the future, we'll move from being compliance-driven to being performance-driven, from avoiding failure to seeking success. Your Jefferson County team accomplished so much in the past year that I could talk all day long, but I only have a few minutes, so I'll only hit a few of the highlights. What I wanted to know is you have some packets that were on your chairs, and it included a brochure from the Jefferson EDC, which has information about the economic situation and prosperity in our county. And then you have a binder that was put together by our public affairs team, and in there you have a year in review that lists all the accomplishments that the county had in the past year. I'm going to highlight a few of those. Maybe later you'll get a chance to review those in more detail. In the safety line of effort, Justice Services worked on the Community Service Initiative to give back and get back that connected adult and juvenile community service crews to meaningful work, which increased completion rates and efficiency and satisfied partners and clients. We launched a new fraud application, which is estimated to save close to $160,000 annually. We received the American Public Works Association National Award for Transportation and Engineering's Waterton-Wadsworth Intersection Reconstruction Project. We received the Colorado Department of Health's Environmental Leadership Program Bronze Award for Road and Bridges Fuel Usage Program that aimed to analyze fuel usage and reduce fuel costs and consumptions. In the health and well-being line of effort, families benefited through increased kinship care placements in foster care from 45% in 2012 to 65% in 2018. Congregate care placements were reduced by 2%. Overall, more children are being more holistically and effectively served in our families. Community development added another 200 units of affordable housing and aligned efforts with planning and zoning to further streamline development opportunities in the coming years. We were awarded the State STEP program grant to collaborate with the Workforce Center to increase low-income parents with critical professional work experience. In the stewardship line of effort, $4.35 million was saved across departments due to the purchasing department's 3-year business plan and process improvements. Multiple departments utilize new digital platforms to more easily and reliably share data, including the assessor's property records search with authoritative county data. Parks and Open Space participated in more than 1,700 events across our 28 parks, with 372,000 guests, and opened new trails for hikers and bikers. The Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport achieved a perfect result in their inspection as part of the FAA's Part 139 certification. In 2018, Public Affairs Awards included the American Business Association, the NACO 2018 Achievement Award, NACIO, and the Web Marketing Association for our new Jeffco website. We won the HealthLink Certified Healthy Business Leader in 2017 and 2018 for being an organization that continually demonstrates the highest level of commitment and dedication of resources to team member and community health and safety. The American Heart Association awarded us with the Workplace Health Achievement Index Gold Level in 2018. And we received the Colorado Lottery Starburst Award for Jeffco Open Spaces work on the Peaks to Plains Trail in Clear Creek Canyon. We hosted 20 events throughout the year, ranging from our Take Your Child to Work Day, the Rocky Mountain Air and Ground Festival, and the Holiday Bazaar. We had 9 million views on our new website, which was a 5% increase from 2017. We couldn't have achieved all of this without our community partners and you here in this room and working with all of you. Thank you all for supporting this event, and we look forward to seeing you in the coming year. I want to express a special thanks to everybody that was here. We appreciate you braving the weather. We know that it's going to get bad here pretty soon. And I just want to say thank you for your support, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Christy.
Thanks, Don. Aren't you all proud to be here in Jefferson County? I just get chills. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to take a few minutes to answer some questions. The team brought up some cards. We're not going to be able to get through all of them. Looks like we have about 20 questions. So I just want to remind you, if we don't get to your questions, we will post responses to your question on the county website on the State of the County tab. So, commissioners, our first question is, with so many new elected officials, how does the county stay efficient?
There you go. Libby's the chair, so she gets to pick who answers. Don mentioned the fact that we've got great employees in Jefferson County. So, when you have new electeds coming in, they bring in a new energy, they bring new ideas, which is great. But when you have great employees already on the ground, they can help counsel those new electeds. I've been talking to several of the different elected officials, and they've been very impressed with the employees in their offices. So I think that's probably, I would guess that I see nodding heads, that when you've got good staff, it makes it a lot easier.
I think the other advantage, too, is that we really make a point of working together as elected officials. We meet monthly. We don't hesitate to text or call each other. I'm looking at you, Jerry DiTullio, our treasurer, and others, to really think through some of the complex issues that we have ahead. And we have a great team with different perspectives, and I think that makes us stronger as a team altogether for the county.
All right, here's our next one. This week, the legislature has become locked in partisan politics. How do the commissioners rise above that partisanship to work for us instead of the political parties?
I'm just kidding. At the local government level, it's different. I used to be at the State House. And one of the things that I'm enjoying now is that local government usually isn't that partisan. We realize that we serve the citizens and the businesses here in Jefferson County, and that's what they elected us to do. Not to fight about our heartfelt issues and all of this, to fight about your heartfelt issues. And I think we realize that, and that's how we overcome that, because that is very, very important to each one of us.
And if I could just add, one of the things is when I was, for a long time, I was the only Democrat on the board. I was the only Democrat at the county level.
And we were nice to him.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say that it was very collaborative. Yeah, Commissioner Rozier is here, and I was elected chair twice when we were in the minority. Libby is the only Republican on the board. She is our chair this year, because I think we try to work together. And that's the big thing, is we have a feeling that we want to get things done. We have differences of opinions sometimes, but it's a very professional and respectful way. So I was always treated well. I always felt like I had a voice when I was in the minority, and I certainly plan to work with going forward, making sure that Libby always has a voice.
And we also work closely with our other elected officials and with our department heads. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're making good decisions about how we spend taxpayer dollars, that we're thoughtful. You heard us talk about taking a closer look at our business model, potential reductions down the road. And these are all issues that we work on together. And I think that's, again, the strength of partnership, which has been a key theme here this morning.
I couldn't agree more. I'm obviously the first non-politician on this table, and I've got to tell you, coming from the federal government level down to the local level, unfortunately, we get lumped in by that we're government, that we're part of the things that happen at the government or at the federal level and the state level. But I've got to tell you that the men and women and the commissioners, they're patriotic and they are pragmatic. You won't see many votes that are 2-1 or 1-2 along party lines. You'll see 3-0 votes because these commissioners and the team here in the community, your local government, really does work together. Once the elections are over, everybody's on the same page.
All right, our next question. What are the priority transportation projects for the county?
Well, just real quick, and I know Don's ready to answer more specifics, but West Connect, Libby talked about West Connect, and that's something that we really need to do on the west side of Jefferson County, particularly the northwest side. Traffic is becoming a real challenge, and we're seeing more development along that corridor. So that is definitely a priority, and we're working closely on trying to get West Connect done. I think Libby's ready to go into more specifics.
Well, I'm the board appointee to DRCOG, and we've just recently kind of firmed up our TIP process and the money that's coming down from there. And we worked with all the cities, and I think we came up with a pretty good plan. If we win out, we have a lot of competition at DRCOG for those small amount of dollars. But I think we put together some really good plans collaboratively through all of our cities and the counties to be able to put forward good projects that I hope will be voted on. We did a new process where we split it up into 2 different categories, where some were larger projects and some were smaller projects. And it's turned out to be, I believe, a better process. We'll see. This is the first year we've done it, and we'll see how that works. But so far, everybody seems to like it. And it also helps work better for the smaller cities and the smaller counties that are involved.
And one of the things that we always want to look at is multimodal transportation and how do we accommodate that for citizens and community members here in Jefferson County. And then it's also about working with our partners at CDOT. So when we look at Highway 285, for example, we know that there are some 20,000 cars a day that travel Highway 285, and that can place more pressure on our fire districts like Elk Creek, for example. So how do we work with our communities, with CDOT and other partners to really make sure that traffic is moving, that people are staying safe in some of these specific areas as well?
Yes, what the commissioners said. We've got a great team, Jeannie Resilient and Steve Durian. They're over in the corner. Raise your hands. So if you want to corner them later and ask them more specific questions, you're welcome, Jeannie and Steve. Yes, Commissioner Tai said the Northwest Corridor is obviously something that's been talked about for a long time, and we're really close, so we're working hard on that. Libby indicated we've got our ducks in a row, as Jeannie likes to say, in effort to prioritize our repair efforts and our maintenance efforts by putting some science behind grading, giving a number score to our roads and so forth to better estimate and better forecast our requirements in the future. And then, of course, we've got the challenge of a regional transportation solution. There were a couple of ballot initiatives that didn't go through. That were attempts by the state to kind of get after some of those transportation challenges, and fortunately none of that stuff got resolved, so we still have those challenges, and we'll be looking at those in the future.
I know Commissioner Tai wants to say something, but I just have to share one thing. I know many of us in this room care a lot about sustainability. Any guesses on what percentage of asphalt that is removed is recycled? I love this statistic. Don, yes. Yes, 100%. We're really proud of that.
Good. Cheryl Cheney there. Good. She knows. The one thing I wanted to add is, there's been a lot of talk about the Jefferson Parkway for a number of years, and we're still working on trying to get that thing finished. But that's going to be a toll road. And when we talk about different funding challenges, we're looking at different ways to fund roads. We're going to have to look at different, public-private partnerships, toll roads. Don talked about the challenges with the two state initiatives that went down last year. Right now, we don't have a long list. Jeannie will tell you we do not have a long list of projects because funding just isn't there to do very many projects.
All right, our next question. What role do you see economic development playing in the county's future?
Well, it's always a huge role because if people don't have jobs, then people don't get to eat. And so we need to make sure that, government, of course, does not create a lot of jobs. It's you all who create the jobs for our citizens to work at. We do have people working at the county, but we don't create that atmosphere. We do. We create the base that we don't tax you too much, that we let you develop your land, and that we support you in all you do so that you can run a thriving business. And in that will create jobs for the people in Jefferson County, and a lot of people commute in from outside of Jefferson County. So I want to just give a shout out to all of you who've been doing that for many, many years and sustaining our county. We have one of the lowest unemployment rates, and it's all because of you all.
The other thing that I would add to that is, our economy, as you said, is thriving in Jefferson County, no question about it. What we also know from our business community is that workforce readiness is very important to you, especially in STEM careers, science, technology, engineering, and math, and also in construction and trades. And this is where I think, if we come back to our theme of partnership, we see incredible work across the board with our businesses and with our school district to provide opportunities to students to get firsthand experience in these areas. And those are really important opportunities for our kids because we want to make sure that when they graduate, they are college ready, they're career ready, or for whatever path it is that they choose, and that our business leaders have a lot of talent in our workforce from which to choose. And we're very excited about those partnerships.
And I'd like to add that, a good economy is crucial for quality of life. One of the challenges we have in Colorado is the Gallagher Amendment and the different ways that commercial property is assessed versus residential property. It's very crucial for our school district, our special districts, and for the county that we have a healthy economy with a strong business community, and we have a good mix between commercial zoning and residential zoning. So it's really important that we do that, and that's why the collaboration is so important, and discussion about how we want the county to grow, how we mix in our open space with residential, with the commercial development, getting that healthy mix, and coordinating with our cities. The county has their role, but the cities, have theirs, and so making sure that everybody's kind of talking to each other so we build a community that we all like. It's really important. That's why collaboration is so key.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question, and we actually have two that are kind of along the same theme, so I'm going to combine them. Obviously, Colorado has seen increased population gains. How is the county working to foster opportunities that promote growth so we can continue to live, work, and play in our communities while protecting the traditions and values of our community?
You bet, and that's the question of the day. As we sit as county commissioners over land use cases, I think that all three of us really take in the aspect of how this is going to affect our community, whatever type of development, whatever land use case is sitting in front of us. We listen to our citizens, and we also listen to the well-being of our the applicants who are trying to do something good for our community. And it's a fine balance, like I said earlier. We need to have that balance of industrial, commercial, and residential. I grew up here in Jefferson County, and just a few years back, when I was a young girl, it has always been a bedroom community. And sometimes just having houses can be a detriment to a county budget and how they take care of services. So we need to make sure we strike that fine balance.
People want to locate in communities where they feel safe, and that's why it's so important that we, have good law enforcement, the district attorney's office. They want to be safe. They want to have a good lifestyle. Our open space parks are so important. They're second to none. They want to make sure that they're going to be healthy. They have, good public health programs. They want to have good education. So all this stuff working together is what makes a great community, and they want to have a good business environment. So in order to build this community, what we talked about today with fair assessments, the treasurer is taking care of our money. That you don't have to wait for a long time to get your license plates taken care of. Maybe you can do it online. Those all these different elements of our government and our business community and our citizens working together is what makes a great community. And so we have to just keep reevaluating where we are and what we're doing.
Agreed. And I think one of the things that's so wonderful about Jefferson County is our quality of life is unmatched, from our sweeping Rocky Mountain views to our great public libraries, incredible schools, vibrant historic downtowns. It's a wonderful place to live. So as we think about growth and development, we always want to be thoughtful and strategic about how we grow, making sure we're meeting the services and needs of our community, and that we're always retaining what attracted us to Jefferson County in the first place.
About a month, maybe 2 months ago, we had a strategic executive leadership meeting, seminar, if you will. And we had the state demographer come in, and some interesting things in there. I would encourage everybody to visit that website. It's got some great data on it. There's facts versus myths and so forth. I think they estimated about 5,000 growth in population in Jefferson County per year, which when you think about we're almost 600,000, that's not a huge amount of growth. So that perception of, hey, we're going up a lot is not necessarily. Another interesting fact was that 2/3 of the workforce did not live in Jefferson County. So what that means is there could be growth in Arapahoe and Adams and some of the surrounding counties, and that'll be a growth of population there, but they'll be working in Jefferson County. And so there's some effects, there's transportation effects, and there's things like that. So your county government, your leadership is looking at what does Jefferson County 2050 look like, and how do we backward plan from there to get to be what we want it to be in the future? Something that transcends election cycles and things like that, but that gets us on a path towards the future that's sustainable.
And I would add just one other quick footnote, and it comes back to something that you heard our assessor mention a little bit earlier, and that is the importance of two-way communication and really engaging our community across the board on all of these issues that we've been talking about. So we have a clear understanding of your values, your priorities, what matters most to you, and then we can do even more to communicate as a county, as county commissioners, county manager, members of our employees as well, across the board, about the rationale behind the decisions we make, always factoring your feedback to us as well. I think those are critical steps too.
Thank you, and thank you to all of you for your thoughtful questions. Again, for any of those questions we weren't able to cover, we will have responses posted on the website. So before the snow starts to fly, we're going to try to get you all out of here. But before we let you go, I just want to say a couple more thank yous. We want to say a special thank you to the Sheraton Denver West. Isn't this a great facility? And we're so blessed to have them here in Jefferson County. I would also be remiss if I did not thank the Jefferson County Public Affairs team and my team for this amazing event. Would you guys stand up and let us congratulate you on a great event? Also want to thank our event sponsor, Brownstein, Hyatt, Farber, and Schreck, as well as our event partners. We also want to thank each and every one of you. It's because of you that Jefferson County is thriving, and we're grateful to have your partnership. We look forward to seeing all of you back here for the second annual Comprehensive State of the County, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules. Be safe and stay warm. Thank you.